Good morning, Pelham Road. Need a little bit more help today with Halloween. I'm considering doing something for the children this year, the children in the church. Not a church-wide sort of event, but something here at my home. And I need a little help. What kind of costume should I wear? What do you think I'd look good at? I mean, maybe that's a little, I don't know, I'd look good in anything, but what do you think? First of all, it can't be scary because I don't want to scare the kids. And secondly, it can't be so involved that I have to get a sewing machine. So what do you think I could pull off to dress for Halloween this year? I'd appreciate it if you'd weigh in on that. All right? In the comment section below. Don't call me. All right. Fall is still amongst us. Beautiful day. Bernard Rimland is a psychologist, or was. He asked one particular semester 216 of his students to list 10 people in their lives that they knew the best. This created a list of about 2,000 people. He then asked them to indicate whether each person seemed happy or not. They were supposed to put over here in a column whether or not they seemed happy or not happy. Then, the final column, he asked them to go over each name again and indicate whether or not they believed the person to be selfish, devoted mostly to their own welfare, or unselfish, willing to be inconvenienced for the good of others. So now we're not talking about a scientific poll. 216 kids, 2,000 people, that's not a big sample size. But it's a group of kids who probably knew the 10 people on the list. Parents, relatives, friends, people they went to church with. Here's the results. 70% of those judged unselfish seemed happy. 70% of those who were unselfish were also happy. 95% of those judged selfish were unhappy. What a paradox. Rimland, the psychologist, wrote, "Selfish people are by definition those whose activities are devoted to bring themselves happiness. Yet, at least as judged by others, these selfish people are far less likely to be happy than those whose efforts are devoted to making others happy." It is curious. Now, the thing that you could take away from this is to say that 95% of the people who were selfish were unhappy. I mean, it's almost universal then that if you are selfish, you're just not going to be able to pull off happiness. Now, only 2 out of 3, or a little over 2 out of 3, who were unselfish were actually happy. So there is a part that you could be unselfish and still be not happy. But the great majority of people who are unselfish are happy. Which leads us to something that Jesus said, which is obviously both the truth, we see it with our eyes. Here it is. "If anyone wants to come and follow me," Jesus says, "let him deny himself utterly, take up his cross, and follow me." In other words, put to the side our selfish ambitions to do something unselfish. Not only does it lead us to following Christ, but it leads us, ironically, to being happy. See you tomorrow.